Hey, Pastor Gabe here from the National Latino Evangelical Coalition. We are reporting day 2 of our delegation and what we've learned. It's been, the first day was very informative, and I think we've advanced some things. I'm here with Mike Weickert of World Vision International and Cristina Diaz of Urban Strategies. And so we arrived yesterday. The airport was filled with people really trying to get out, some elderly people, and also some other volunteer organizations who know what's really going on in the island. And we met with 2 mayors and the Office of Emergency Management of Carolina, and of course, Frappe has agreed to work with us to receive things. Here's the story. We went into Carolina, the director of emergency management wept 2 seconds in. And so the devastation and the stories of people not having water, of people not having power, of people not being able to get around because of the gas lines is incredible. And because of that, and yesterday we spoke to a young lady and we asked her, what have you received? What has accessed you in the metropolitan? And she said absolutely nothing. Her parents, who are older, have received absolutely nothing. We're here, we have the partnerships. We need you to keep giving to NaLEC, to Urban Strategies, to World Vision. We need you to keep praying for Frappe and Aspen, who are our local partners, and all of the pastors who are ready to go, but we need them to access stuff. The inaccessibility of water and food and gas and phones, no infrastructure, is making it very difficult, but we're committed for the long run. The children in the airport, that'll move you, and you know, they're really running short on water. Some people are calling or coming into these emergency centers. So we need your help, and we're committed to do it. Just pray that every obstacle is removed so we can get the stuff in. And Mike, what are you having to say from your conversations or your learnings?
I mean, to look at the people, you see people really working hard to try to make a difference. They're trying to work and help their own people while at the same time they're struggling with lack of food, lack of water, lack of power. And as you said, there's I don't call it a veneer, but people are trying to stay strong. But then when they start talking about it, you can really see the struggles, the fact that they're not really clear when these things are going to change. And I think that's something we're really trying to get aid in here so we can make the changes. And we know that people in the churches, in the communities, would be willing to help us make that difference. But it's something that we need to get moving on quickly.
Yeah, we need to move. You remember we met with the head of one of the power companies, and I asked him, what's your estimation? And this is, and he's thinking, 3 to 6 months in the more urban areas. And I said, what about the rural areas? He said, it could be a year. And I asked a mayor, I said, Mayor, from Caguas, I said, what about the schools? What about the kids? He says, his eyes welling up. I mean, these mayors are moving, and he says, I don't know. You know what it is to tell somebody, I don't know when the kids are going back to school and how many are ready. Some of them are still sheltered. And so you went inside the island and you talked to some people. Your work with child safety places and local churches. What are you learning, and what do you want the people to know?
Sure. So the entire island is completely devastated. It's from the moment you land into the airport and you start heading into inland. It gets worse and worse. We were with some partners on the ground, and from the moment we started saying, what devastation, oh my Lord, and they just kept saying, this is nothing, this is fine, just wait till you see the rest. And so we were able to make it to Arecibo from San Juan. We stopped in the towns of Vega Baja, Manatí, Barceloneta, and they were very, very affected by the hurricane. You have homes that are just completely destroyed. We made a line to get some food at a fast food for 40 minutes, and people were just there to get some air. There were babies that were sitting there with their parents just to get air. I had a talk with a young lady who had her 2-month-old in the little car seat, and I asked her about the hurricane and how it affected her, and she just said, I lost everything, and I can't have my child in the heat, so I have her here. So it's complete devastation. There is that sentiment of everybody working together to levantar Puerto Rico, and it's great to see it. but it's the impact when you land here is tremendous. I mean, you could see it on the news and you could hear about it, but when you get here, it's definitely impactful. They need basic things. They need water. We walked into the airport with some water, and you had people begging. I just need it for my daughter. So that's what we've seen. We're working together with our local partners on the ground to activate some child-friendly spaces, so we can bring some of that normal space, right, to the child, so that they have toys and they have a safe place to play in. And we're working together with NaLEC and World Vision to accomplish that. But there's a lot of work to be done.
So thank you for donating. Thank you for praying. Here's our biggest need. Make sure that in your prayers and in your donations, there's a lot of backlog. There is a lot, and so a bunch of pastors are calling us. Can I send stuff? Work with organizations that can get stuff in.
Absolutely.
Work with organizations that can get stuff in, that have local partners on the ground. We don't want your stuff waiting in ports in Texas and Louisiana and in all those places. There was you could drive in and out, but this is an island, and so work with partners that can get stuff in, that have the right permits, and know how to talk to FEMA and PRAFA and the mayors. And thank you for what you're doing. Puerto Rico se va a levantar, creemos en eso. El pueblo puertorriqueño es extraordinario, están trabajando y te agradecemos. De parte de Urban Strategies, de World Vision Internacional y de NaLEC, te bendecimos y gracias por escuchar este reporte. Sigue donando, sigue orando, Puerto Rico se levanta.